Alright guys, today I thought I'd make another video, just some tips and advice I want to give, to the other collectors out there. Whether you're a new collector or you've been collecting a little bit along the way, just some more advice or just my tips on, I guess, how I go about doing things, when I collect and everything. I guess my priorities and everything. I did make one other video earlier this year on tips and everything. I had a lot of stuff out here on the table, and I just gave you tips on things that I do, as far as cleaning, items or preserving items or whatever. So this is just going to be really me talking. I see I have nothing out here this time, but I do have a helper here. And you see we got on our M1 helmets. Most of you guys know Katie Marie. She's my 6-year-old daughter. And she likes to help Daddy sometimes. And I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. When you're collecting, it takes a while, to grow a collection. It takes time. You got to have a lot of patience. You got to have money. You don't necessarily have to have a lot of money, but it takes money, obviously, to buy things, to acquire things, to grow a collection. A lot of you guys, compliment me, and I appreciate a lot. I'm nobody special. I'm just a laid-back, humble guy. I don't claim to be anything special at all. I'm just, a laid-back, I'm a family man and everything, and I just enjoy sharing my collection and this hobby with the rest of you guys, just like y'all like to share your collections. But, I do have my priorities. Most of you guys know I'm married and I have 3 kids. Katie Marie, we call her K-Ree. She's my youngest. She's just turned 6. But as far as my priorities, I don't talk about it a whole lot, but I am, a really religious guy. I do believe in God and everything, and I'm a very blessed guy. So I make sure that God is first in my life. I take care of, I support my church and do everything I feel spiritually that I need to do before any other thing. And then, my family, I've got, like I said, my wife and children, we have, bills and we have finances, different things, we have to take care of. And I'm all about business before pleasure. I always make sure we're going to get our bills paid before I try to spend any money on the collecting. Because like I said, the collecting is just a hobby, but I got to have my priorities in order because, I do have a family and responsibilities. But, collecting is fun, and I really enjoy making videos and communicating with you guys back and forth and everything. And I would just say, my advice is to, be responsible. Definitely go ahead and take care of your bills and stuff. This is just my advice. You don't have to take it. Everybody's different, and that's fine. Some people make more money than others, have better jobs than others or whatever, but everybody's different, but this is just me talking, on how I do things. So maybe it can be an encouragement or maybe an example for some of you other guys who are getting into collecting. I always take care of, my financial responsibilities first. And like I said, just take your time, like I said, it takes time to build a collection, and don't let it get to where it frustrates you and aggravates you. And don't let collecting become a job or a chore, and don't let it become boring or just frustrating or anything, because you're supposed to have fun. Remember to always have fun. And honestly, there's times when I might start getting kind of, I don't know if bored's not the word, but just kind of frustrated or whatever, and I have to take a break. I stop buying as much. I stop going as many antique stores or flea markets or whatever. I just kind of just relax and enjoy the stuff that I already have. And then, after, a little while, I start getting back into it again. Not that I ever completely stop, but sometimes I even have to take a break from all the running around and calling and everything I do, because it does get exhausting sometimes. I put a lot into these videos. I've got this notebook I've had for months. It's just full of ideas and everything. I'm always making notes, and I want to somewhat make sense when I talk in these videos, But, like I said, just have fun. Don't let it be a job, because you're supposed to be fun, and reach out to others. That's how you gain knowledge. There's a lot of, I share with you guys. There's a lot I've gained from you guys and other collectors. Find other guys who have maybe been collecting longer, who can give you advice or tips or whatever. who can kind of show you the ropes and maybe even tell you certain places to go and hints or whatever about where you can find some good stuff or whatever. Because, you know, I love adding stuff to my collection, but it's not like, you know, John Boy can have everything. I can't have every helmet or every gun or uniform. It's just, you know, even if I could, it wouldn't be fair. It's not right, you know. And so, you know, I don't want everything, you know. I mean, I'm always looking for, you know, new additions or a good deal on something, but, you know, sometimes you got, you know, I pass up things for the next guy, the next collector, you know, the next man, because I want everybody to build collections and stuff. I don't want any of this stuff to just end up in one area or whatever or anything. We all need to work together to preserve this stuff, to keep it from being destroyed or lost or whatever. You know, we need to help each other out. We need to encourage each other, you know. But I would say, you know, as far as YouTube videos, if you're new to YouTube or wanting to start a YouTube channel, sharing off your collection, I would say, you know, just do your best with what you can, you know. And I always try to make sure I have good lighting in my videos. You know, I open my curtains behind me and mess with lights and different stuff, you know, because I don't want to be in the dark. I want it, you know, to be well lit. And I want to be informative, so I would say research your items, you know, that way you can give as much information as you can about your item, which, you know, not that you're going to be perfect. There's times when I might have misspoke or mistaken something, you know. I'm not perfect at all, not an expert, but, you know, just be informative, you know. And I would say, you know, be consistent, you know, make videos as often as you can. You know, I make a video about once every 5 or 6 days or so, you know. I don't make a video every day, but you know, the more videos you make, the more things you add, the more information you give, you know, your channel will grow. And as far as, you know, when it comes to price of items, I mean, like I said, everybody, you know, people make different money. People have different budgets, more money, you know, towards spending or whatever else. I would say, you know, I'm not big on overpaying. I don't like to overpay for anything, but there are those instances, like if there's something I've really wanted for months or years and I finally find it and it's really more than I would like to give. I mean, I'm not talking about an enormous amount, but just a little more than I had in mind I would pay for it if I ever came across it. Sometimes it's best just to go ahead and pay up for it. That way you have it instead of waiting 10 or 15 more years, you know, for a deal or a reasonable price. But like I said, just I don't overpay for stuff, but sometimes you just got to pay up for it, you know, if something you really want, if it's a hole in your collection you're trying to fill or whatever. So just be smart about it, you know, because a lot of this stuff they made millions of. There's millions of helmets and uniforms and guns and bayonets and stuff. Learn the ones that are more rare or uncommon, the ones that they made less of or whatever, and study that stuff. That way you'll have a better eye for the stuff when you see it in a store or wherever, and you'll be knowledgeable on price and value. But that's really about it. Like I said, I just wanted to give you some more tips and everything. Like I said, some of you guys might disagree with me, and that's fine. You know, everybody's got an opinion. I'm not saying anybody's wrong or anything. This is just how I go about doing things, you know. Like I said, I put God first in my life, my family second. And as far as collecting, you guys have seen I've got like almost 250 videos. I've got a lot in my collection. But this little girl right here, she means more to me than anything in my collection, than anything at all, you know. And she comes before all my collection, just like my other 2 kids and my wife and everything else. You know, I try to be responsible, be a good father and parent, and you know, a good leader and husband and everything. You know, those are my responsibilities, those are my priorities. But after I take care of those things, then it's, you know, have fun, enjoy life. Life is short, you know. Just have a good time, be safe, be responsible, you know, and things will work out for you, you know. Just be patient, you know. But anyways, guys, as you see, we got our helmets on. Kind of wanted to change it up. You know, in some of my videos, I normally wear a hat, but I also want to tell you I'm going to be doing more impressions and stuff coming up because the weather is still a little warm today, but it's going to drop in the 50s, 60s, maybe even the upper 40s in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. So I'll be able to dress more impressions, do more videos outside, because there's no way I was going to wear all this wool and gear when it's 90 degrees outside. It's just too hot, but a lot of cool videos are on the way. I hope to shoot tomorrow. Maybe I can do an impression video tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm really excited. I just thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are awesome. Y'all keep me motivated and encouraged to keep making videos and doing what I do. If you've not already, follow me on Instagram. And, you know, I just thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And this is something I haven't, you know, put out there in months. But I do have a Patreon account. It's you know, it's not very far along or whatever. You know, I'm gonna do better about keeping up with it and my Instagram as well. But if you guys feel, I'm not asking or anything, I'm just simply putting this out there. If y'all wanted to donate anything, you know, to kind of help me with making the videos and the preparations and everything on my Patreon, you know, it'd be greatly appreciated. If not, you know, I still love you guys and I thank you guys a lot. As far as the History Channel thing, several of you have asked me about that. Last Friday, you know, I made a video. I haven't heard back from them, but they did say it'd be 2, 3, 4 weeks. You know, it takes time. And so hopefully I get good news on that. And, you know, if it works out, I will, you guys know, I will do my best to represent the collecting world, you know, and let people know, you know, why we do what we do, why we care about the things we do and are passionate and love this hobby. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks again for all your support. More videos are on the way. Tell them bye.
Bye.
Kate Marie said bye. Thanks, guys.